All praises to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, double honors to the elders in all Israel who will well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this video is edifying. And I just want to play this. It's a video I saw earlier today. Esau's coming down with great wrath. So he's making a lot of unjust laws. So okay, let me just press.
Online Safety Act is finally here. The Act is finally here. It's a piece of legislation that manages at the same time to be both timid, not my words, that's what one of the articles, I think in The Guardian said, and draconian. That's what that's the impression given by Maya Tusi. Incompetent, yet dangerously overreaching. And it's a legal contradiction, it's a massive legal contradiction, so vague and inconsistent that even civil servants enforcing it are going to be staring at their own guidelines and wondering, is this satire? Is this coherent? It's not coherent. I've had a look at it. It is incoherent twaddle. And Ofcom, the regulatory arm of Whitehall's control freakery, now holds extraordinary powers over social media platforms, video sharing sites and messaging services in the same way as it holds powers over what is it, reality TV. It didn't do any good with the reality TV. It's not going to do any good over online safety.
Well, let's look up this act. You all know Esau loves to make mischief by law, and I'll get that. This is Online Safety Bill Act 2023 is an act of Parliament to regulate online content. And I think they must have updated the act yesterday. Was the Internet Safety Act 2025. Services that allow pornography must introduce processes to check age of users. All services which allow pornography must have highly effective age assurance processes in place by July 2025 at the latest to protect children from encounter it. The Act imposes different deadlines on different types of providers. Now, this is a Trojan horse act, right? Because they're making it seem as if it's about the children, but really it's about clamping down on dissent and clamping down on free speech. Because effectively, anyone that says something that offends you, you can charge them, you can take down their content. So if I don't know whether or not they're gonna try and use this to introduce the famine of the word, but clearly, Esau's coming down with great wrath, and he's gonna use his draconian laws to be able to enforce this. You look in the word draconian, it says of laws or the application excessively harsh and severe. So you actually breaching this Online Safety Act, Salakia, you can actually be in prison for up to 2 years, which is like me calling you a cunt and then you throw me in jail. It's very harsh and it's unfair. Let me just bring out scripture quick right before I go to the video. This is Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? So they make mischief by using these laws. They'll create a law that makes you look like a madman, when really it's them that are the mad people. I think in America, if you defend yourself, you can actually go to jail over that. So they say when somebody breaks into your house, uh, you're pretty much what they call it, violence or excessive force is the last resort if somebody breaks into your abode. So if somebody breaks into your house, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to leave your home, and allow them to do whatever they want to do in your house. Because if you defend yourself, as is your right as a man, protecting your family, or even as a woman, protecting your children or yourself, you're gonna be held responsible for that. I mean, this is utter madness. I mean, I can't even believe Esau is been allowed to actually run the earth for as long as he has, because at this point he's just pulling out whatever's coming out of his bag of tricks. You know, it doesn't even matter. It's just so random. These laws make no sense whatsoever. You know, and everything should be based on good reason. The scriptures are all based on reason and common sense, and everything this man does is contrary to that.
The problem is the vagueness. The problem is who is it trying to help? And the impression is it's helping the people. In fact, it's simply adding another lever of control to, it's adding oppression. It's adding oppression to the system. It's not really helping anybody, because,
And the scriptures say oppression makes a wise man mad. You know, and when these people wake up to the fact that they're being oppressed and they are the frog in the boiling water, you know, they're gonna lose their, you know, shit.
vague to offer that help. So, this power that is now being given, the extraordinary powers over social media platforms, video sharing sites, messaging services. It can fine tech companies up to 10% of their global revenue, not just UK profits, but the entire global earnings, for failing to remove content that is not necessarily illegal, but that is judged it could be harmful. Well, what is harmful content? And the problem is that people have spent too much time in Parliament asking what is harmful and still not getting an answer. One idea is that anything that causes serious distress, that's it, that's the bar. If someone somewhere is psychologically distressed by a social media post, you, the content creator, might be committing an offence. Under Section 10 of the revised bill, this could.
So it's revised from 2023. So pretty much, you know, if an Edomite comes across a video and they hear the word Edomite one too many times, they could just flag your video down for distress. You know, so brothers have to be mindful of these laws, you know, moving forward. This is Proverbs 28 and 5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. So, you know the end of what all of this is. You know, he has a carnal understanding of what's going on, but we understand the spiritual aspect of what's going on, because really, you know, this is to get rid of the word. This is to come down on the word, because Esau don't care about, you know, him, him being found out about certain things. You know, the truth of who he is in the scriptures is really what's killing these people, and you know that is the case because, you know, out of all the things that's going on in the world, they seem to have a problem with brothers who don't even have, you know, a hundred subscribers, and they be flagging their videos. You know, they're not doing that with with other topics of discussion. So this truth seems to be of a particular nuisance to Esau, and he'll make it seem like it's one thing when really is another, because he's a master of distraction. You know. Let me get another quick scripture. This is Proverbs 6, and I'll start at 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are abomination unto him. Let's get the rest of that. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. So this is Esau all over, man, because he'll come into your home, cause all kinds of problems, and act as if what he's doing it for, you know, the benefit of everybody, when really is only to his benefit, so that he can keep running around in the earth trying to hide from who he really is, which is what this is all about. He doesn't want the world to find out that he's an Edomite, the heir of the Lord's contempt.
Prison time up to 2 years, I think. You heard that right. You can now be sent to jail for causing distress with words. Maya Tusi did a video yesterday. I like Maya, by the way, rightly pointing out that Ofcom isn't even pretending to apply this law fairly. They're starting by targeting large channels and social media accounts with big followings, keeping a special list of those they plan to monitor. So it's not about fairness or safety, it's about control.
And the brothers brought out the other day, the FBI and the CIA. I've been watching, the quote unquote Hebrew Israelites, you know, and these agencies speak with each other. So if they're being monitored over there in Babylon, they're definitely being monitored over here and in other places in the world. So again, this is just a way for Esau to Trojan horse his real agenda. This is 2 Thessalonians 3:2, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. And the reason why he does this is because he's faithless. If he believed in the Lord, truly believed in the Lord, he'd understand that he would be recompensed for what he's doing. But he doesn't have any faith. These elites, they understand what's going on, but they believe they're going to be able to hide under the rocks, which it's like they know the Most High exists, but they don't have any faith that they were going to be judged, because if they did, they would understand that ultimately their latter end is not going to be anything good. And these people are completely unreasonable. When you go into the word unreasonable, it says not guided by or based on good sense, beyond the limits of acceptability or fairness. So how do you put a video up into the internet, and then you go to jail for 2 years, or you say something that somebody doesn't like, and then you get jailed for 2 years? That's absolutely crazy, man. There's nothing fair in this kingdom, and ultimately this is the reason why this place cannot keep going on, because it's not built on anything sustainable. Your kingdom is supposed to be built on truth if you want it to be a sustainable kingdom. Even Solomon's kingdom fell because he fell away. Salakia, he fell away from the Lord. He started building temples to other gods. He started praying to other gods, and that's what led to the downfall of his kingdom. When you do what's reasonable and you do what's right, the Lord will keep you forever. This is why the kingdom is gonna last forever, because Jake's heart is gonna be perfect. Let me go. Yeah, let's go into the blue letter real quick and just finish this off. Yeah, this is Second Thessalonians 3:2. When you go into the word unreasonable, this is G2532. No, I don't believe that's it. Unreasonable. No, it's Salakia. It's G824.
Strong's G824. Atapas. Atapas.
So Atapas.
Strong's G824. Atapas. Atapas.
And when you go into the word unreasonable in the scriptures, it means out of place, not befitting, unbecoming, improper, wicked, unrighteous, inconvenient, and harmful. So ultimately, that's what he wants to do with his law. It's just to inconvenience you, it's to harm you. It's unrighteous. It's not proper. It's wicked. It's out of place of what's right and what's proper. It's not befitting, people who are supposed to rule in righteousness, and it's unbecoming of a ruler. So it just shows you that this man is not fit to rule. And the end of him, he's gonna make himself known. He's gonna bear his thanks to the world, and everyone's gonna see this devil for what he really is. you know, the mask is slowly sliding off his face, and people are actually beginning to see the ugly face of Esau, even though people have always known. But he's always been able to use his charm to kind of hide it. But as you know, as the world goes on, and as the Lord keeps making him bare, it's becoming very hard for him to pretend to be this reasonable, uh, righteous man that he pretends to be. Man, these people are wicked, and everyone knows it. Even his own people know that he's wicked, even though they're wicked as well. you know, so it's like, is the wicked thinking the wicked are wicked? You know, this place is just absolute confusion, man. That's why they call it Babylon. I understand this ain't Babylon the Great, but it's the same rulership, man. You know, Lord will, I'll be able to put the description of the video so brothers can look into this in more detail, because it's an interesting video. You know, Lord willing, you know, it was edifying. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders of Israel who were well. Shalom to the elect.